guys, it's Lydia, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 10 favorite movies of all time. So I know I have not made a video that hasn't had anything to do with books in a really long time. Though I guess I did a few months ago. But I am into fandom in general, so I want to make videos sometimes that aren't about books as well. So I decided to just talk about my top 10 favorite movies. And yeah, so it's gonna be a countdown from 10 to 1. It was kind of funny. I texted my friend, I'm like, I just made a list of my top 10 favorite movies and I'm curious if you'll get them right. And she sent me a list, and one of the ones she said, I'm like, oh, that's not on there, but it should be. So I actually switched my number 10 from this morning because my friend was right about what is my number 10. So anyway, I have a nice big stack of movies because yes, I own all 10 of them. None of them are super recent releases. So let's begin. Coming in at number 10 is The Parent Trap, starring Lindsay Lohan. This movie is such a big part of my childhood. It is such a nostalgic movie for me, and it's really funny. If you don't know what it's about these two girls, Hallie and Annie, who are twins, but they don't know it, and then they meet at summer camp, and then they switch places, and it's hilarious. I adore this movie. And yeah, I've seen this movie probably, of all the movies on this list, this is probably the one I've seen the most amount of times, and it's the one that's been out the second longest. So that makes sense. I've been watching this like my entire life. Coming in at number 9 is How to Train Your Dragon. So yeah, this one I actually did not see when it first came out. I didn't see it until a few years later. After How to Train Your Dragon 2 was actually out on DVD, was when I first saw this one. But I just adore this movie. It is about Hiccup, he's a Viking, and it's about him finding a dragon and training it and all of the interesting things that happen between him and his Viking tribe as a result. And it's just fantastic, and the animation is absolutely gorgeous. Coming in at number 8 is a adaptation of one of my favorite books, and that is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I love this movie. I think this one is, of the Disney World Media ones, is the only one that is like pretty dang accurate to the book. I like all of the movies even though they aren't all accurate to the books, but this one is my favorite. I just really appreciate it. If you don't know, this movie, based on a book obviously, is about 4 siblings who find a magical world, and yeah, they just have to save the magical world basically, but also not really. If you've read it or seen it, you know what I mean. Coming in at number 7 is The Princess Diaries. I really love this movie. This movie is so funny and is really relatable in a weird type of way. But if you don't know, this movie is about Mia, who, when she's about to turn 16, finds out that she's a princess, and she doesn't really like that, and all of the hijinks that happen with that. I feel like that's the second time I've used that word in this video. Anyway, it's really funny, and she's even clumsier than I am. It's really appropriate that this is the one I dropped. I don't know if you can see that though, because the camera angle, but I did just drop it. Coming in at number, 6? Yeah, I'm at 6. Coming in at number 6 is Toy Story 2. This movie just fills me with so much happiness and nostalgia, and yeah. So the first Toy Story came out very close to when I was born, so Toy Story has been a part of my life basically the entirety of it. This is my favorite of the 3 movies. Jesse's my favorite character, so like the first one just like can't be my favorite because it doesn't have Jesse, and it's great. And if you haven't seen this, I feel like most people probably have, but it's about toys who come to life, and I'm not going to say any more than that because it's the sequel. Coming in at number 5, and these top 5 are all quite close because I just love them all so much. But coming in at number 5 is How to Train Your Dragon 2. Yes, I like this one better than the first one. I'm not really going to give any more of a synopsis for this one because if you haven't seen this one, you probably haven't seen the first one either, so what I said was going to be enough. But I really like this movie. I like it better because I appreciate like the cute fluffy moments of it. I think the story is really interesting. And yeah, I really like both of them, obviously, as they both made my top 10 list, but like, I adore this movie. Coming in at number 4, and I don't think anyone will be surprised by this, maybe you're surprised by how low it is if you know me, but is Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. I love this movie so much. It was also fun because like this was like one of the first things in the Harry Potter universe I had to wait for since I read them so late. This came out about a year after I read the books, and it was announced like really shortly after I finished the book. So I was like, oh my gosh, there's new stuff in the Wizarding World. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And it's just so great because Newt is a Hufflepuff along with me, and he's so sweet, and it's just, I just love this movie. And it was fun to see the American Wizarding World. And yeah, so if you don't know, this movie is about Newt Scamander, and he travels with all kinds of magical creatures, and he comes to America and stuff goes down. And now, my top 3. Coming in at number 3 is Tangled. This is Disney's Rapunzel, if you didn't know. I had to explain to a couple of like older friends and family members what this movie was recently, and I was like, oh, didn't realize people didn't know that. But the one is like, she doesn't have any daughters, and I don't think she has any grandkids either. And then the other one was my aunt, who doesn't have any daughters, so it kind of makes sense since it came out in 2010. But yeah, I really, really love this movie. I love Rapunzel. I relate to Rapunzel on such a deep level. I love Flynn. The characters in this movie are great. The songs in this movie are great. And this movie just makes me happy. And yeah, I just kind of want to be Rapunzel all the time. Coming in at number 2 is my absolute favorite Disney movie, and that is Beauty and the Beast. 100% the 1991 version and not the 2017 version. I like the 2017 version, but if you saw my video of talking about the different adaptations of Beauty and the Beast, you'll understand I have very mixed feelings on it. So yeah, Beauty and the Beast is just I love, yet again, the characters and the music, but especially the characters and the story in this one. Cogsworth is one of my absolute favorite fictional characters of all time. And yeah, I really like the true beauty is found within storyline, trope, whatever you want to call it. And I like that the fact that Belle's a big reader, as many readers do. So that's number 2. And number 1 is a movie that a lot of people have never heard of, but I love it so much. I cry every time I watch it, and like I can't be alone after I watch it because it's just so emotional for me, and that is October Baby. So this movie is about Hannah. She was adopted as an infant, and she didn't know she was adopted until it's revealed to her. And the reason she was adopted is because she is an abortion survivor, and it's a really intense movie, but it's really great. It's a Christian movie, and it's just, I adore this movie. There's a really cute romance in it, and it's also really deep, and I love that there's a pro-life movie out there, and saying it makes me happy is just not the right word for it, because it actually makes me really sad. As I said, I can't watch this movie without crying, and I'm more of a book crier than a movie crier, but like this movie, it gets me every single time. I've probably seen it 6 or 7 times, and I have cried every single time. But yeah, it is really good. I highly recommend it, and I recommend not watching it alone, especially if the pro-life cause is as near to your heart as it is to mine, because it will wreck you, but it's fantastic. And it also has an amazing soundtrack. There's like all of the background music in this in this movie are just incredible. and I listen to them quite often. So yeah, so those are my top 10 favorite movies. I duct tape all of my movies except for Narnia, apparently. Oh, and Fantastic Beasts. Anyway, I like to duct tape them to like, that's like my trademark. I don't know why, but these are all my favorite movies. I hope you've enjoyed this video of me just rambling and talking about movies. I'm not gonna lie, part of the motivation for this being the video this week is because I just don't really have any ideas. I am a little over halfway through Goblet of Fire. I am not going to finish it by the time this video is going to go up, so I'm not going to be able to film a reread video about that. I'm hoping to finish it. So right now it's Monday, so I'm hoping to finish it Friday, so tomorrow for you guys, so I can film that video on Friday. And yeah, as you can see, I don't have a tree anymore. My geeky signpost is back where it belongs and no longer like awkwardly over there. So that's exciting. But yeah, that's basically all I have. If you want to know anything else about any of these movies, please let me know, or the first one if it comes to Toy Story, since it is the only sequel on here that doesn't also have a first one in it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and let me know some of your favorite movies, and especially if any of them are the same. And if you've seen October Baby and love it as much as I do, please tell me, because like I know a decent amount of people who like it, but like I've never met anyone else who it's their favorite movie. So I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.